Hi, my name is Bente, I'm the Norse Witch, and today I have a video for you that I am insanely excited about because it's somewhat of a collaboration, although I have not been asked to collaborate on this, but I just decided that I want to make this into a video because I'm very excited. I have been approached by an amazing goldsmith, Magickal, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If not, I am terribly sorry. A little bit of information about Eva, the goldsmith of Magickal. She started metalsmithing in her early 20s, but later on had realized that she wanted to make jewelry. And she also, during that journey, became a magical practitioner. So that is where both of those passions were combined, and she started making magical jewelry and talismans. Magickal is not a business that was founded for profit or ambition, but because she just wants to create. She has this inner passion for creating and combining her esoteric practice with her craft. Magickal is also a small business, of course. I love supporting small businesses. Eva does everything that she can herself, so that is why the collections usually include just a small amount of pieces, because quality is much more important to her than quantity. The ethics and sustainability of her business are also very important to her, so if that's something that you value, then you should definitely check out her shop. Eva was also extremely kind and gave me a code for 30% off her entire store, which is incredible. That's so much money that you can save. So if you would like to get one of her amazing pieces that aren't only incredibly pretty jewelry but also amazing talismans, definitely make sure to check out her link in the video description. So yeah, she approached me on Instagram and told me that she wanted to send me one of her newest pieces from her Eclipse Corridor collection. And this collection is basically about the time between the eclipses when the energy is harmonized and balanced. So that sounded amazing for me as a very anxious person who could really use some harmony and balance. So I was already very excited about it. But it gets better because she said she had multiple pieces with different kinds of crystals and I could select the crystal that I wanted for it. And I couldn't decide. So what we decided was that she would send me multiple pieces with different crystals, and then I could sense the energies of these pieces and then select the one that felt best to me. Wow, that I call service. Like, I am so insanely happy and excited about it. And she didn't sponsor me or anything like that. I'm getting this jewelry piece, but I'm not getting paid or anything. She also didn't ask me to make videos on this. I just thought that this was such an incredible opportunity, not only to talk about sensing energies in the context of selecting the pendant that I feel like would be best for me, but also to talk about enchanting jewelry, making talismans, making amulets, things like that. So in a minute, we will unbox these jewelry pieces together. I have not looked at them yet. This is my genuine first reaction. And then I will tell you how I sense the energies of these pendants. I will select one and then I will go over enchanting it and making it into a talisman for the purpose that it was made for. I'm insanely excited. Let's do it. I am so excited. I think I have rarely ever been as excited as I am now to unbox something. Ooh. What the actual hell? Damn. Okay. Spell pouch, spell pouch, spell pouch. Am I getting more than what I was expecting? I don't know, but I am excited. We will see. Hi, editing Bente here. I realized I was a little bit stupid because I was provided with information on the pendants. It was just on the other side of the papers with the spell pouches that I was continuously talking about. I just didn't see that they had another side to them with the information on the pendants. Oh, that feels so luxurious. Like, what? I have to unpack this. I think I'm too stupid to get it. There's so much stuff in this box! What? Are you friggin' serious? Oh gods. Okay. Okay, so I don't know what these are for, these little red cushions. I don't know, but I love them nonetheless. But I don't think now that these are belonging to the little pillows. There's so much stuff in here. Okay. Oh yeah, first of all, we have, this is the company that I was talking about. Let's just get it right here. I will also, of course, link her shop in the video description. Very, very important. So definitely check her out. I mean, this is insane. Okay, there is a friggin' tarot in this. A crow tarot. What? Like, hello, hell? Hello, communicating with hell. What? I'm getting a tarot? I am so excited. This is a full-on tarot deck, just with crows. This is so cool. God damn it. I will so use this to communicate with hell. I am so excited. Like, I was expecting a little box with the 3 pendants and that's it. And now look what arrived. So much stuff. Okay, I don't know where to dig in first. I'm too stupid for things. Is this a little bed for the pendants? I don't know. I feel so stupid right now. Oh, hi Nika. Nika wants to join. Jewelry care instructions. Oh, that is great. That is amazing. I'm getting some instructions on how to actually care for the jewelry. That is actually very, very important. Cabinet of curiosities. Am I getting curiosity stuff? Like, ooh. Oh gods. Okay. So we have a little pouch. Let us see what's in the pouch. All right. I think, yeah, that's definitely amber. That's great because I love amber. 2 little pieces of amber. Were they, by chance, on any of these? No? No? Okay, no, they don't have anything to do with the spell pouches. All right. Oh, dang. There's so much stuff in here. I'm honestly overwhelmed. All right, we have a little box. By the way, everything is like, looks so incredibly nice and feels so incredibly nice. Everything is like black and velvet and oh, it feels luxurious. My Leo is very happy right now. All right, let's see what's in here. Ooh. Oh, I think actually, we have some bones, guys. We have some bones. Okay, this is like an assortment of stuff. What is in there? Wait, let me see this. Ooh, a little wax seal. Oh, I think that is what... Okay, let me put this back very carefully because I don't want to break any of this because it's incredible. Okay, I think this relates to the spell pouches. I will have to ask if these are supposed to be made into spell pouches, because that would be really cool. Ooh, the bones. I mean, I was actually looking for bones that have a natural hole in them. So, I mean, this was meant to be. Okay, this is so cool. I'm too friggin' excited about this, guys. Okay, and I think these 3 are the pendants that we were talking about. Oh, so pretty. Okay, I'm so excited. I am so excited. All right. Oh no! Wow, they're just spell pouches coming with the pendants. Look, this is one of the spell pouches. So they already come with a spell pouch. Oh, that's so cool. Oh my god, and this is so insanely pretty. Look at this, I hope you can see it correctly. Oh damn, I think this was the red spinel one. The red spinel charm that I was talking about, which is actually a tourmaline charm, has the key intention of gentle fire. The vision was if fire destroyed half of the wooden houses in the village, angry villagers are looking for the culprit. It symbolizes the ability to calm emotions, overcome obsessive behavior, step outside the ego and transform aggression, greed and envy into creative fire. The rune connected to this charm is Isa and the tarot card is Temperance. Alright, let's put that back. Next. I think we were talking about one with red spinel, one with peridots, and one with blue topaz, I think? I don't remember correctly. Alright, yeah, this is the second spell pouch. So cool. This is so cool. This just feels so special. And yes, this is definitely the one with blue topaz. How am I supposed to select one? They are all so insanely pretty. The blue topaz charm has the key intention of multifaceted wisdom. The vision is children playing with broken glass. The eldest boy convinces the rest that blue glass came from the sky. When he threw a stone high enough, a piece of sky chipped and ended up in his possession. It symbolizes balance between a sharp analytic mind, arcane wisdom, and ability to speak and be understood. Being a part of a divine consciousness, transforming knowledge into wisdom. The rune connected to this charm is Ansus. The tarot card is Queen of Swords. My problem with choosing was that I thought, okay, if it's supposed to be about like harmony and balance and stuff, blue spinel probably isn't the best idea because it's very similar to carnelian. It's very energetic and invigorating and stuff. But I really love red crystals. I really love red spinel. So I was like, I didn't really know what to do. Okay, this is the last spell pouch in here. Wow. This is so cool. And this is the peridot one. The charm with the peridot has the key intention of purest form of life. The vision behind this pendant was a young 3-year-old birch tree growing on a roof of an abandoned building. It symbolizes resilience, patience, confident growth at one's own pace, harmony of inner time with the outer time, ability to adapt and flourish in hostile and toxic environments, staying true to one's nature with humble gratitude. The rune dedicated to it is Berkano, and the tarot card is the Seven of Pentacles. Please just tell me in the comments which one you like most, because I can't decide. I will actually have to dig into their energies because just from looking at them, I can't decide. Okay, first of all, how insane is that packaging and that craftsmanship, and like, she included a friggin' crow tarot that I would definitely use for hell. I'm so happy, especially now during this time where it's getting darker and darker. Hell is usually getting more and more active. At least that is what it feels like for me. So I'm always starting to work more with hell when it's getting darker. So this makes me insanely happy. Like, everything that was included was so thoughtful, and I already feel so incredibly honored to just receive one pendant, but to be allowed to pick one out of 3 is just so cool. I am so happy. Okay, just from spontaneously looking at them, I'm definitely drawn most to the blue topaz one, which I didn't expect. I would have guessed that I would be most drawn to the red spinel one. It's a little bit like carnelian for me, which I already said. So this is more fiery to me, but blue topaz and peridot are both very calming and balancing. But I guess let's dive deeper into that. My own intuitive reaction, of course, doesn't matter. I mean, yes, it does definitely matter because I know my intuition never lies, but I still want to dive deeper into the energies of these pendants. So let's talk sensing energies. This will be more or less difficult for different people depending on their skill set. Some people already have like just a gift, basically a talent for feeling energies, either physically. For example, if they would touch one of these pendants, maybe it would feel very cold or very warm, or it would tingle or something like that. Or a lot of people also react to energies with an emotional reaction. Of course, like these two things are a go-to for me personally, because I feel energies both physically and emotionally. So I am pretty lucky. I don't have to do a lot to sense energies. So it's usually the same for everyone. The more you do it, the easier it will get. For me, it was always pretty easy. So I'm not at all clairvoyant or anything. I can sense energies. So at least I have that. But of course, you don't have to do it by feeling the energy. You don't have to do it neither by touching it nor by feeling it emotionally. You can also see it. I see people mostly that are either pretty clairvoyant or pretty gifted when it comes to seeing energies or feeling them. I don't think I have ever met a person who can't do either of them. It would be best for you to figure out, of course, which one you are more talented in. Of course, you can do the other one too, but of course you will be more successful with the gift that you already have. And of course, if you want to try to perceive the energy in another way, for example, by hearing it or by smelling it, of course you can do that too. I'm mostly doing it by seeing and feeling, but for me, feeling is the easiest. It comes very intuitively, so that's what I mostly do. But if I want to really make sure, then I do something where, of course, I will go into meditation, because yes, I have to put more effort into seeing energies. I never see them physically. I always only see them with my inner eye. So even if I would want to stare at these pendants for 5 hours to see their energies, the only thing that would happen is that I would see images in my mind, basically. So of course I can just shut my eyes, because I won't see anything physically either way. So what I usually do when I want to see the energies is that I would go into a meditation with the item in my hand, and then at first I would just, of course, like try to settle down, get maybe into alpha state, become very relaxed, so that I myself, my own energy is very neutral. I want to be grounded and centered, because if I'm already starting out this exercise or this task already being emotionally upset, for example, or sad or something, that will of course just alter what I'm feeling. So I want to get into a nice neutral state, not stressed, not sad, not upset, not happy, just a very neutral blank slate, basically. Because then I can take the item into my hand and I can at first just imagine basically channeling the energy. If you haven't watched my video on how magic works, then I would suggest you check that out, because in that video, I already talk about channeling the energy of items, for example. So I would first try to channel the energy of that item. Of course, then I would feel already something, but I don't necessarily have to be focused on channeling the energy to feel it. So I try to channel it and then see if I see something. Because that happens for a lot of people. They will channel an energy and then they will have some kind of mental image popping up. I can do it either this way, or something that I also like to do is to project my own consciousness into the item. So instead of basically drawing on the energy of the object, I will transport basically my own consciousness into the object and then see what's in there. That has been very, very successful for me, even when it comes to seeing things. Usually I see environments, like some kind of landscape. Why? I don't know. It could be different for you. You could see animals and then you have to interpret the animal that you're seeing. It will be different for everyone, but for me, I do one of those two things. Either I will draw on the energy, channel it, and then see something, or I will transport my own consciousness into the item and then see something. And if you are visually gifted, unlike me, then you probably can just take the item into your hand and you're already seeing something, but feeling will be more difficult for you. So in that case, you could just also go into a light meditation beforehand and then channel the energy and everything. And you could even if you are visually talented, but you have a hard time feeling energies, then you can make it easier for yourself by, for example, visualizing the channeling and then seeing what you feel. But yes, that is what I will do with these pendants, but I won't do it on camera because it can take some time doing it with 3 pendants and then comparing and stuff. So I will check in with you probably in a couple of days and I will tell you which pendant I decided on and what I felt, what I saw, etc. And then we will get into the enchanting stage. Alright, it has been a couple of days and I have had the time to thoroughly connect to all of the pendants, so I did not solely rely on my intuitive response to their energies. But what I decided to do was, one, to channel their energies and then see what I feel like when I channel these energies, because of course that is what I will usually do to use them. I will wear them on me, so I will channel their energies. But I also, as I described, decided to basically transfer my consciousness into the pendants and then see what I see. So first of all, I did the channeling thing, and it was very interesting because all of them felt very different. The blue topaz one felt very light and feathery, so I felt like I was pulled more up into the air and I felt very light and calm and soothed. It was amazing. The peridot one felt more grounding, so I definitely felt more of a pull towards the ground. So it was more of a calming, grounding energy, whereas the red spinel one felt very energizing. Like I felt my energy level rise so much that I felt my entire body energetically vibrating. So that was an amazing feeling, but that was not what I was looking for. I was looking for a calming, harmonizing, balancing feeling. If not, I would have probably taken the red spinel one, to be honest, but I decided on another one, spoiler. And next up, as I said, I transferred my consciousness into the pendants and then looked and I experienced what I saw. With the blue topaz one, I was instantly transferred to a mountaintop with an amazing view over the landscape, and it was only like the countryside and nature, no cities, nothing. The first thing that I saw and felt was that I was lying down and looking up into the clouds. So there was like a blue sky and a little bit of fluffy clouds, but not a lot of wind. So the clouds weren't really moving and it was very calm. And then I just sat up and looked around and I saw, okay, I'm on a mountaintop. I am looking out on the nature and the countryside around me. Everything is very calm and very silent and very still. It was just very nice and relaxing, so that was amazing. So that was basically where I decided, all right, I will definitely choose the blue topaz one because that feels like exactly the energy that I was looking for. So I decided to not do the same thing with the peridot one because I had already decided. I was very curious about what I would see in the red spinel one, so just for funsies, I did it with that one too. Interestingly, I was not in a landscape. So when I transferred my consciousness into the red spinel pendant, I did not end up in a landscape. Usually I see landscapes. But with that one, I didn't see landscapes and I was very weirded out by that. What I realized and what I saw was a lot of movement around me, and at first I thought I was kind of like balls or something moving around me very quickly, so I kind of felt like in a Quidditch game or something. But that quickly transformed, and one of the things that was moving around me flew in front of me into the sky or something, like up, and exploded, and it was fireworks. So there was a lot of movement, very hectic energy, very fast-paced energy of fireworks floating all around my body. And then like once every couple of seconds, one of them would fly away and explode and there would be amazing fireworks. So that was an amazing energy. But as I said, also not the energy that I was looking for. So I decided and I went with the blue topaz one. And I'm very happy with that. And I'm pretty pleased that my intuitive response was correct. So what I will do now is I will charge and consecrate this one. So we will transform this beautiful pendant into a whole ass talisman by putting my energy and my intention into it. And I will show you what I will do. Let's go. When I want to create a talisman, what I really like to do is working with an incense blend. So I made a special incense blend for this purpose to give me some calm and peace and harmony. So essentially everything that I need when I'm either stressed or anxious. So perfect for my day-to-day life. So what I did was fairly simple. I first of all told the herbs in the incense blend what I wanted it to do because I hadn't charged the incense blend beforehand. So I did that and then I burned it on some charcoal and simply just held the pendant into the smoke that arose from the incense blend while chanting and telling it what I wanted to do, while visualizing the intention and transferring my own energy into the pendant, so that with the energy and my intention, this pendant would be made into a talisman. After I had charged the pendant, I of course also wanted to consecrate it to make it fully into a talisman for this one specific purpose. For that I used my blessing and bane oil that I made specifically for consecration. It also includes a drop of my blood so that it creates a perfect bond between me and whatever item I'm consecrating. So I just used that and basically smeared it on the pendant and again told it what I wanted it to do, chanted, put my energy into it, visualized the intention and sealed the deal. And now I have this wonderful talisman. Again, I am so happy that I could choose between 3 different variations of that pendant, between 3 different crystals that all have a very different energy, so that I could just pick the perfect one. And it just feels so good. It already felt amazing when I received it, but of course having charged it and consecrated it, put my own energy into it, it just feels so good. It's so calming. It makes me feel light like a feather. It's amazing. Again, thank you so much to Brick-a-Brackomania for gifting me this pendant. I'm in love with it and it makes a perfect talisman. Make sure, to all of my viewers, make sure to check out her shop because I am just in awe at her goldsmithing craft. She's just so talented. All of the pendants and the rings, they are so incredibly amazing and just filled with intention, and they're made for a specific purpose, and you can just see how much energy and love goes into every single collection. I'm just in love with everything. I would love to buy her entire shop if I had enough money. And with that being said, patron shout out. Thank you so much to SJ, Natasha, Anne, Kate, Thistle, Adam, Z, Kent, Kelly, Brittany, Emma, Celine, Smolkata, Josh, Elinura, David, Kristany, Rixie Business, Annalena, Ashley, Erica, Kristen, John, Phoenix, Jenny, Misty, Amy, Bethany, Timothy, Coffee, the Honorary Gossip Squirrel, and last but not least, Bjorn. Thank you so much. As always, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And ring the bell down below so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Of course, you can check out my other socials or my shop for ethically and sustainably sourced witchcraft and paganism tools. Or if you want to support me in a different way, then of course you can check out my Patreon. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!